All right, so in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the 10 questions that we see occurring. We've got a lot more, but we found some of the top 10 questions that people who are an expert at what they do, but don't know how to transition from trading their time for dollars to having a leveraged income or creating a course. So we've got these 10 questions. We're going to go over it lightly. We'll go over more, but down in the comments as we go through this, if you have questions, please put them down in the comments because we're going to start answering your questions live on these calls. And if you want your question to be pulled up, then you got to put it down in the comments. We do have a new program out on School. It's free. You get a free mini course. Just search leverage over labor. Okay, so kind of implies the name, like how do you get leverage instead of doing labor? If you want that, you can also you can go to free mini course and you can get that by just going to school, okay, school.com/make once free. And when you get in here in the classroom, there's a mini course, answer a few questions. It's free to get in. But I break down the process, like what our system is, how we've been able to generate, a couple $100,000 a month profit. We've won the school games few times here, and we want to show you how to take what it is that productize it, package it up into a course, a digital product, an offer that you can sell, make once, and sell it over and over and over again. So let's jump into the questions. I can leave this up on the screen here. You went out and dug up some questions.
Yeah, pretty much top 10 questions from teachers, people who own their own businesses, kind of trying to transition into the digital space, one-on-one business owners. So yeah, we just kind of scoured the internet for 10 questions that people are constantly asking, and we're just gonna see what type of advice you'd give to those people.
Yeah. So, sounds good.
All righty. So the first one is, what kind of digital product should these people be creating?
What kind of digital product should you be creating? Well, to me, you just need to take what it is that you know and think about, what do people keep asking me for all the time? When I had an agency, I constantly got asked, how do you create the funnel? Or, how do we create these marketing campaigns? How do we create these email campaigns? And I kept getting that question all the time. So I started breaking down, like, what are the steps if I had to teach them what it would be? And I started laying that out. I didn't really know how to create a course. Me personally, I kind of thought about it like a book, like how a book has chapters, and then in each chapter it's broken down. And then later we obviously came up with a system. The best course to start out with, honestly, is just as simple as it is course. Like, hey, 6 steps, 9 steps to do this. Take and brain dump everything that you know about that particular thing that people keep asking you for. Once you brain dump, say, what is the leanest and most essential thing that needs to be known in what order, and just create that course. And here's what you do. You don't create it, which sounds weird. You just lay out the blueprint. Just like an architect doesn't, figure out a blueprint and just start building the house right away.
Right.
You go broke. It doesn't make sense. So what you do is instead lay out that blueprint and then do weekly Zoom workshops. So you can go on social media. You can say, hey guys, I'm thinking about creating a program. I keep getting questions about this, and this. And so I want to put together a free workshop. You can join me, totally free. Jump on Zoom. And if you have questions about this topic, then I'm going to go through these steps, and I want to find out if this is something that you'd want to know more about. Mm-hmm. If you do join me on the Zoom, I am thinking about creating a product from this. Tell me if it's something you like. If it is, then I'll give you 75% off, 50% off, and let those people get in.
Right.
And then you build that course with them. So just a simple course, because that course will eventually turn into, paid group coaching, which is more money. Then it can turn into a mastermind, which can be, 5, 10, 15, 20 grand. But you got to start with that curriculum. So that's what I would do. I just start a simple digital product. You got to prove it out first. Mm-hmm. Big mistake people make. They don't prove it out. They just jump into it, or they start building it right away thinking, oh, this is what people want. Not the way to do it.
Yeah.
So
I think a good thing to add too is a lot of people, they don't really right. They know the steps, right? But it's then I think another question they ask themselves is, well, what do I want to build a course over? Well, that's pretty easy too. It's just, what are you passionate about? What are your hobbies? And just base it off that. It's not something that you have to do a deep mental dive into. It's because
Yeah.
right, it'll never work if it's something that you don't like doing yourself.
Yeah,
Right?
it's got to, you can't just like, oh, yeah, I get asked this question all the time, but I
Mhm.
hate this topic.
Right.
You don't want to do that. I mean, it's got to be something you care about. And the biggest thing is, are people asking you for this all the time?
Mhm.
You know, if they're not, you're just, I mean, you're essentially just going to fail right out of the gate.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be something people, you want to go into something that people are actually desiring. You
Right.
know, I see people creating these crazy courses seriously all the time. Like they have this passion for something, but they haven't proven that the market actually wants it, and then they waste so much time, energy, and really it just ends up in heartache and they quit, which is not the way to go either.
Yeah. No, good answer. So next question is, how do they know if anybody is going to be willing to buy what they're selling?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like what we talked about, right? It's, you know, Zoom, you can set up a Zoom for free. You could even create, you could go to like Loom, for instance, Loom, and you can set up an account there and you can just create a video or however you want to create a video. But you can be posting it on social media and say, "Hey, I'm trying to create a course around this. I want to see if anybody's interested. If you are interested in this topic, I'm going to be going over these 6 steps, these 9 steps, or I'm going to show you how to get this transformation. Join me on the Zoom." And, you know, right when you go out, if you don't have a big audience or following, don't expect a whole lot, right?
Mhm.
You know, you gotta get somebody looking at you. It's even better if somebody has like a community already of people that might be interested,
Right.
or if somebody has an email list. But then go to that list and say, "Hey, I'm doing a free workshop. I'm doing this thing. Come check it out. You know, if you like it, I'll give you, you know, a hell of a deal. I'll make sure that it's, you know, half off, 75% off." Because you're not trying to like make money
Mhm.
right now, right? You're trying to validate an idea, and then you want to also find out what is it that they have questions about. Because I'll tell you what, when I went from the marketing agency and then I went into actually helping martial arts business owners use the internet to get students, I thought that they wanted these certain things and I thought they needed to know these certain things. And then when I got into it, actually, it was far from that. Like
Mhm.
the things that I had it thought out way too much, and they just wanted something simple. That's the biggest thing is get it in front of people. You know, you don't need to use ads. You don't need to do any of that stuff. If you can find somebody's list, great. If not, whatever. Just get out there and you got to push it consistently. Get people on a Zoom, get people in a room, however you do it online. Get them the videos and see what kind of feedback you get. You know, try a bunch of different headlines. Hell, it took me a lot of different headlines till I finally found it.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, it's that simple. What if, these people who are looking for something like this are great, in those one-on-one situations? How do they turn that expertise into scalable content that they can get out to the masses?
this is the easiest way, and this is exactly what I did because I had the same question. So basically, the question was, I'm good at one-on-one. I'm good at doing it for people.
Mhm.
How do I turn that into, you know, a pre-recorded set of steps, or, you know, how do I show somebody how to do this? You know, I just recorded myself.
Mhm.
I literally did. I had it was kind of I just had a cheap ass camera at that time, but I had a camera set over in the corner of the room, and I recorded myself. I had a like a lapel mic on, and I was also recording my screen. This is where Loom again would be good.
Mhm.
I recorded my screen, and I just recorded myself for several days doing the work for my clients. And now it's even cooler because you could make those recordings. Just record yourself doing the work that you do that for say 3 days, 4 days, and then take those recordings and you can transcribe them and you can stick them into Chat GPT, and you can have and you can watch through them yourself. But you'll see patterns, you'll see steps, and you'll see what it is that you do to actually do your thing for the clients. And boom, right there, it'll so quickly, it will give you a step by step, a play by play, and then from there you can start refining it and turning it into a curriculum and a course.
Yeah, definitely. So, where should a beginner even start when it comes to content creation?
Answering questions, you know, go to Chat GPT and say, "Hey, this is the thing I'm good at. These are the problems I'm good at solving. what are the top 10 questions? What are the top, just like we did, right?
Mhm.
Like, what are the top 20 questions that are actually being asked online? You can either have somebody ask you, you can jump on a Zoom with somebody and have them ask you. Sometimes it works best if somebody's talking to you conversationally. Or you can literally answer the questions. Hey, I seen this question. Or you can go online to like YouTube here, and when you get on here, you can pretend that you're searching for an answer to the problem. So let's say it's how to catch a fish. If I type that in, all right, videos are going to pop up, obviously. You can go to these videos that have huge amounts of views. You can use something called vidIQ. And when you click on these, you can just pause the video, go down to the comments here. And with vidIQ, there's 524 comments on this. You could click on here and then contains questions. Then you can sort it by newest first. And what this will do, what this vidIQ will do is it is going to show you all the questions inside of this here. Okay. I'm 12. I go fishing. I don't need a license, right? Okay. I know fishing is kind of a stupid example, but I was just trying to think quickly here. I just got my first rod yesterday, and it's a 7-foot medium heavy action rod because that's all I had. Did I make a mistake? I mean, it's funny, right? But like, these are questions you can start answering. You can do this with any niche. You can do this with anything. So find questions to answer. Start there. Honestly, it's like really great content, to be honest with you.
This one may be a little bit of a no-brainer because I think it's you have to have one or you can't really operate. But it's do they need a website or can they start making money?
Yeah, I mean, they can. You don't need a website. You just need a PayPal, or you could use Cash App. You could use anything that, Venmo. You could use anything like that, and you could literally say, "Hey, Venmo me the money, and I'll jump on and do these things with you." Or if I was, going to give you the best advice, just go to school and start a school. Yeah. You get a 14-day free trial. If you've proved that people want your stuff, go do it. And in 14 days, you got to make $97, right? You can charge $100 for your program, and there you go. You paid for school, right? Yeah. Or you could get 3 people to join school as an affiliate, and it would pay for it that way as well. Actually, you can start school now with the $9 package.
Yeah.
So for $9, you could set up a school just like we've got here, like our, one you can go join, and you can start charging people for your program. So like $9, either go buy a Happy Meal or set up school and start earning money, right? Like
super affordable.
Yeah.
So now how would someone grow an audience if they have no followers?
Answer questions. Go answer questions, and then whatever people are typing into YouTube, you literally can create questions. You could take the question and put it as the title of the YouTube video. This is super bland, super simple advice. It's not the best title in the world. You can use ChatGPT to help you, but take those questions, stick them in ChatGPT and say, "Hey, ChatGPT, what would be the best title for a YouTube video where I'm answering this question?" And then start answering those questions every single day. Do as many videos as you can. The more videos you do, the better you're going to get, the quicker you're going to get. And if you're answering questions that people are actually asking, when people go to search those questions, as they will continue to do, then you're going to start showing up. You could take the question and you could stick it in ChatGPT and you can say, "Hey, how many times a month does this question get asked? How many times a month does this get searched? How does this get searched?" Create that title, create the content, stick it out there, and ask people for questions. Just like I want you to do in this video down below, ask your questions about how you can escape the time for money trap, how you can build a business that actually works without you and get paid for your knowledge instead of your time. Okay, so put those questions down below. We'll literally pull up your question on the screen here. People will see your face, your name. We've got tens of thousands, 50,000+ people that we can send this out to, so you get a little attention there. But yeah, get questions and answer them.
Yeah. So what tech or software would someone need to launch?
Spend $9, go to school. Go to school, set up a community. You get a classroom, you get a calendar, you got the community. You can do everything right there. It's for $9. Go down in the description. I'll actually put a link to school. It's an affiliate link, so I get a little kickback from it. It's whatever. Yeah. It's $9.
And school is like the easiest platform to use.
I mean, it's all we use. Like it's
a kid can do it.
The mini course that I have right here. If you go to the free mini course, I literally walk you through the entire system on how to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So, how should people price their digital product or offer?
Honestly, just start out something simple. 27 bucks, 47 bucks, 67 bucks, right? 97 bucks. Just I always think about it as like this. I did this thing called pocket coaching. I just told people, "Hey, you'll get one video a day. I'll show you how to do XYZ."
Mhm.
I charged 27 bucks and here was my little tagline. It was like, "Hey, I'd go live on TikTok, I'd go live on YouTube. I went live wherever I could and I would say, "Hey, for less than $1 a day, I'm going to show you how to turn your expertise into income." Or for less than $1 a day, I'm going to show you how to XYZ, okay? Just charge that, get people in, then you can scale them up and you can start charging double that, triple that because people will say, "Well, I want more. I want more." And then you can give them more. Of course, you're going to charge more. So 27, 47, 97. I mean, start low. You know, once you validate it, then go high ticket and solve rich people's problems. But just validate it. Just find out, will people buy it? Then you can go, charge big money. And it is the smarter way. I mean, one customer can pay you 10 grand. How many 47s do you need for that? A ton, right?
Yeah.
So first validate it, get it going, then you can raise your prices.
Don't overcomplicate it.
Yep.
So, how would one make sales without sounding pushy or spammy?
Answer questions and say, "Hey, if you want more help, if you want this to happen faster, if you want this to happen easier, if you want this to be better, if you don't want to waste your time, then I've got a program I'm putting together. Take it or leave it." Just, I don't even like the sales approach, honestly. I just like to be real. I'm like, "Hey, this is what I've got. This is what it does. This is why it's faster. This is why it's easier. This is why it's better. If you don't want it, you don't want it. If you do, you do. Great. Here's where it is." And just be direct and real and just say, "Hey, I seen people needed a shovel. I created a shovel. Here's the shovel. If you want it, great. If you don't, great. It doesn't matter."
Yeah.
Some will, some won't. So what? Who cares? Just keep going.
Just providing like immense value.
Yeah, just be valuable. Just make it happen.
So, last question. What if they fail or no one buys their digital products?
Just keep going. Just keep going. People won't. Like, you will fail 100%, 1000%. You're going to fail. You just got to keep adjusting, right? Adjust your headline, adjust your offer, say it a different way. I had my martial arts offer sucked for like the first 6 weeks. And I just kept tweaking the headline, tweaking the offer. And then before I knew it, we were starting to make money. Then we started making more. And then you start getting feedback and then you adjust through that. So you just got to keep going. You can't be, you can't be a sissy about it. You just got to realize you're going to fail and then adjust. Don't keep doing the same thing over and over again. Adjust and get feedback and use that feedback to optimize your offer. It's usually coming down to that offer. I help this person go from this place to this place using this system so that they can have blank. You just go through that and keep working on that and adjusting. It's going to happen, but you can't quit. You got to say, "Hey, I'm buckling in for a year. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to do it."
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, listen, guys, that's all the time we got today. Put your question down below. Go in there and say, "Hey, I got questions about something you said here, Mike, or you said this, or you said that, or Alex was talking about this, or whatever." And then we'll pull your questions up and we'll answer them. Go join this free community. We do weekly workshops. We got a monthly 3-day intensive that we do. Go in there. You get a free course. Shows you how to escape time for money, build a business that works without you, get paid for your brain instead of your time. All right? We'll see you in the next video.